What's up, everybody? Welcome back to GG Dig Site. So today we are going to take a close look at Just One. This is something that's been around for a little while and has been pretty popular, but it's a big time, game for us on game nights and with our game group. So I just want to go ahead and showcase it while I had the chance. This is a game for 3 to 7 players. It says it takes about 20 minutes. Really, it can go as long or you can play multiple rounds if you want, because it very rarely ever goes just one single round. But 20 minutes is probably right for a single round. And then, unfortunately, like whenever I received this copy, the box was damaged. And I ordered it online. It is what it is. It bothered me at first, but I had a game group coming that night, and I opened it up, and I'm glad I did, because it was like super fun to play and well worth it. But maybe one day upgrade to one that has a box that works. But anyway, or that isn't punched in. Essentially, the rules here on the back are about it. You are going to have someone pick a word randomly. You are going to write a word to help them guess that, and then compare and cancel out any similar words. And then you are going to guess. Now, the thing about Just One, so we'll pop this open and take a look inside the box. The thing about Just One that I think is pretty neat is that in addition to, just being try to get them to guess the clue game, you start out with 13 of these cards in a pile, right? And so the cooperative nature of it is you are trying to get the person on your team to correctly guess all 13 times. And if you guess correctly, obviously you get to keep the card as a point, right? If you guess incorrectly, you lose 2 cards or 2 points, right? Whereas if you pass, right, then you only lose 1 card. So ultimately, the cooperative mode is, how many points can you get? Out of the 13, we pretty consistently get, 7 to 10. But getting all 13 is quite a feat if you manage to do so. Only thing that's in the box here, you saw the cards, right? There are these little stands where you can write on one side, and then there's a place to set the card on the other. Right, so you can set it to where you can't see it and tell the other players what number you're picking. And then it comes with a set of markers. They put this game quite a bit, and I'll say this, all the markers are still good. They still work fine. But they're just kind of your standard little, solo dry erase marker with the eraser on it. As with a lot of these Repos games, this game's pretty super simple and straightforward. It comes out and plays really easily. But there is an element there that makes it a little bit more difficult when you have fewer players, right? I will say, like, playing with like 4 or 5 is more difficult than playing with 7, because the implications of getting one marked out is pretty serious. And then even then, just with like 3 clues total, it makes it hard to guess what the word might be. This typically goes a couple of rounds for us. You could use it as a filler game just to throw it out there and say, hey, let's just play a round of this and see how many points we can get. But normally we play and we go around twice, sometimes 3 times. So looking at about an hour's worth of game group dedication. And I would say, with the exception of maybe one time this year when it's come out, or one time this year, it's come out every time. Like, there was one group that was just a little too big to want to do this, and it left too many people out. But pretty much, if you're in that 3 to 7 range, this is something people are going to want to play. I would say, big scheme of things, I would definitely recommend this for anybody who plays game group. If you have kids, it says 8 and up. You can play younger than that, just depending upon their knowledge level. But anybody who has a game group that's in that range, it's definitely a must-have. And you can pick it up for a fairly reasonably priced. So I would also say I haven't found anything from Repos that hasn't played really well that was intended in this range. This kind of seems to be a really good, niche for them. And so I look forward to more things that they may put out in the future. If this is something that you like to see, if you like content like this and just quick little reviews and kind of my opinion on how this works in our game group, and what it looks like, leave us a like and a subscribe. It helps let us know that you want to see more stuff like this and allows us to showcase some of the other things that we have going on in the group. So until next time, GG's.